All right, yo, one thing I failed to mention in my video about Conor McGregor just now, and this goes to any boxer, right? Or any fighter, period. Whether you are MMA, boxer, or whatever it is you do. Or anybody in life. This is like life stuff here. Conor McGregor, what he needs to do, like to prove to the world that he's really about this life, is go right back into another fight. Go right back. Like you took a L, but the energy was good going into this fight, right? Go right back into another fight. No boxing stuff. Now, if you just trying to make big pay-per-view money, do the Manny Pacquiao fight. You know, I mean, we already know boxing. It's a lot of money in boxing. You made millions, hundreds of millions fighting Floyd Mayweather. Cool. But if you really about trying to be great as an MMA fighter, go right into another fight. Don't take a half a year or a full year or whatever. Go right back into another fight. You know what I'm saying? You in shape. Stay in shape, stay fit, and go right into another fight. That's one thing I didn't say. Go right back into it. You know, and I was going to say this when we was talking about Canelo. A lot of people talking about Canelo. There's not a lot of boxing going on right now. But a lot of people are talking about Canelo, and Canelo is planning to fight 3 times this year. Right? I didn't make a video on that yet. But that's the problem with boxers right now. They doing only 1 or maybe 2 fights a year. And we're sitting here talking about the politics so much, and we talking about sanctioning bodies and all this stuff about money, who's making what. That's the problem. Like, these guys forgot that the main part about this sport is actually fighting. We don't, and this is why I go on my periods where I don't make videos. You know why? Because I'm making videos about gossip and about the politics and about everything but the actual fight. And that's the problem with just the fight game, period, whatever sport it is. If Conor was dead serious about the sport, he would go right back into another fight. You know what I'm saying? Take some time off, take a little heal. You took a loss, all right? But you taken a loss before. This is nothing new to you. But you've been preparing, training. Stay fit. Take a little time off, take some weeks off. But say, yo, Dana, put me back in the ring right away. You 1-1 with this dude. Just like you were 1-1 with Nate Diaz. I'm sure if Dustin would love to. I'm sure Dustin would love to take one more fight with you, just to close that trilogy out with you. If you were really dedicated, but if you're not dedicated and you're all about the bread, which is fine too. Just understand that if you're all about the bread, that takes away from your true potential. And this goes with every fighter or every athlete, period, or anybody in life. Go right back in there. Like, you took a L. We seen you taking an L before. Time and time again. Ain't nothing new. Khabib beat you. Nate beat you. You lost before when you was on the come up. You lost in boxing to Floyd Mayweather. Yo, jump back in there. Because everybody always remember. One thing I've learned about, like, the fight game, people remember you based on your last fight. Now, yeah, of course, people are going to bring up, oh, you lost to this person, you lost to that. But at the end of the day, you Conor McGregor. Jump right back in there. Right away, immediately. And I'm not talking about boxing. I'm talking about MMA. Once you go to boxing, boxing's for the bread. But if you really care about your legacy and you care about being the best fighter in the UFC, you would jump right back in there. You know what? Put me in there with somebody else. Or put me in there with a Dustin again. You know what? I want to take another shot at Dustin. Right away, immediately. And that's one thing I didn't bring up in the other video. Don't take time off, bro. Like, go right back in. You know, and you know what? If you lost the third fight, you lost. It is what it is. But it's all about dedication. How much do you really love this life? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's like a lost art. Like now, like, you're not undefeated. You can't go around saying like, oh, I'm undefeated. Nah, go right back in there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least you didn't get caught juicing. You changing your ways. You're changing as a person. That's good. You show much respect to Dustin going into this fight. A lot of people was feeling that attitude. You know what I'm saying? You already did all the nonsense to promote a fight. You already did that. Everything you said about Khabib leading up to that fight, you did that. You've been there. So now, just switch it up. And that goes for every fighter. That goes for every fighter, man. I wish most fighters was like that. Those are the fighters I like. You guys talk about, you know why I like Anthony Joshua so much? Because I respect him as a man. I don't think he's the most talented, gifted boxer in the world. I don't think that. But I respect his opponents, and I respect his attitude even in defeat. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about just people, period. When I respect your character, I don't care if you take a loss. And I think the majority of people, when they respect you as a man or a woman, people are always gonna have your back. And you're not even American, so that's a plus, because Americans will fall. Once you lose, a lot of Americans, maybe not with MMA, but at least with the boxing game, Americans fall off on you once you take a loss. But just get right back in it, you know? And that message is not just to Conor. I'm not even going to title it Conor. You know, I'm going to title it, I don't know, something about dedication or something. I don't know. But that's just my message to people that's in a fight game. And that's my message to people, period. Like, you got to figure out yourself, like, do you really want this? Or do you just want to go for the bag? And going for the bag is not a bad idea, but you already got the bag. Like, Conor already made way super more millions than what he's making for this fight with no audience. Just the fact that he's fighting, a guy like him fighting with no audience, is a sign that he really is in for it. But now that you lost, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? So I'm waiting to see what happens, man. I'll be back in the morning to talk boxing, all right? There was a Showtime card tonight, so I'm going to go back and check that out. I'll be back in the morning to talk to y'all. All right? Peace.